Let's go over decoy placement. You got decoys, but you don't know how to set them up. If you're new to this channel, Obviously Outdoorsman, I am Mike Homesack with Obviously Outdoorsman, and I'm basically out here trying to teach you guys as much as I know and teach you all the failures I've experienced so you don't have to. So you got decoys, how do you set them up? What's the best way to put them on the ground to pull in a big old tom? So there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. I would personally not set it up like this, but I'm sure it got your attention. So as far as how many decoys should you run? At most, I would say 3, and that's even pushing it. I would say at least 1 and 2 is kind of what I normally will carry out there. I will carry a hen and a full strut Jake. I normally don't mess around with the half struts, but you can if you want to. There's many options out there. So how would you set up these decoys from scratch? You got a bird gobbling. What do? How would you set them up? So me personally, there's a couple different scenarios here. Number 1, you got a bird gobbling on the other side of the ridge. How do you set up your decoy to pull him in if he crests that hill? Well, first off, in that scenario, I would try and be within 50 yards of that ridge top. To where he crests that, I'll be able to get a shot if he crests that hill. But secondly, if you have a full strutting tom decoy, if you have the bird coming in from your direction, so if the camera is the turkey you're calling in, and I'm hunting back here, I would not set my decoy up facing that bird that's coming over the ridge. I feel like I have experienced a lot of birds that spook because of that. They crest that hill and immediately they're met with a fight, a full strutting tom. Instead of this, I'll turn him. I'll turn him to where he sees the backside. He doesn't come over that hill and see that big red head. He sees it's a turkey, but it's not immediately met with a fight. Sometimes I'll put the hen there first so he sees that and he sees the tom the other direction. At least it gives him a chance. And I would not put this decoy super close to that ridge line. If you have decoys, come off that ridge a little bit. Let that bird come up and see the decoys first. And again, so he's not met with a fight. Set the decoys back maybe 50, 60 yards just so it gives him a chance to be like, okay, I'm getting myself ready for a fight. Don't put it 10 yards off that crest to where he's just met in the face with a punch. If you don't need decoys in that scenario, I mean, if they're going to come over that ridge top, just be close enough to that ridge line to shoot them. But if you have decoys and you want to use them, don't face it right at that tom coming in a ridge top scenario. Face it away, set back off that ridge line a little bit. If you're in a field, that's a lot different. That bird can come out 200 yards away and you want to make sure he sees this fan. So again, I normally use 2 decoys, mainly just to confirm the fact that if I'm mimicking a hen, I want him to come in and see a hen there so he's not like, where's the hen? And I like filming my turkey hunts, so they normally put on a show with these. Normally, what I will do, whether if I'm trying to make it a breeding hen or a lookout hen, I will either put the hen on the ground. This is a lookout hen from Avian. This is a full strut tom from Avian X. They're both Avian X decoys. But if I want to play a breeding scenario, then I'll just put this hen on the ground and I'll set this one back probably about 4 or 5 feet. Stick it in the ground. If I don't hit rocks. Okay, there we go. I'll set this bird back about 4 or 5 feet behind the hen. That way it just looks like this tom is trailing the hen and that hen is being a submissive bird to the tom. And a lot of the times the tom will come around and see this and go, that is annoying. Why does he get to breed her and I don't? And he'll come in looking for a fight just to beat up this tom. So a lot of times I'll put it at an angle, tilt the fan a little bit towards the hen. That's what birds do. If you watch any video of a full strutting tom coming into decoys, a lot of times they'll circle the decoys and they'll come up and just beat them up. A little pro tip for you. A lot of the times, I would say about 90% of the times, when a tom comes into the decoys and it comes in to put on a show, and this helps if you're bow hunting, gun hunting, or whatever, if you need to set up a shot opportunity. A lot of the time, if a bird comes in, it will swoop in behind your decoys. It won't just come full on straight. It will come in and then swoop around. So if you need to plan for a shot and you have one opening, set these decoys off to the side. That way that bird comes in behind your tom decoy and you're able to get a shot at him. Whether you have a bunch of logs over here and you need them to come this way, that's how I would set that up. Another pro tip for you, don't sit right behind your decoys for 2 reasons. You're in the line of sight of the turkey coming in, and if you have to move behind the decoys, he'll be able to see your movement, and maybe that'll spook him. He'll putt and run away, fly away. Secondly, these decoys are getting very, very lifelike. Again, these are Avian X decoys. That one was about 80, 90 bucks. This one's about 120, 150. I forget what the price were, but they look very lifelike. There's a lot of videos of people coming in shooting at decoys. And again, turkey season in most states, you don't have to wear orange. So you're super camoed. They don't see a hunter. All they hear are turkey noises, and they come in and they see 2 really lifelike decoys. Don't be right behind the decoys to where if someone sneaks up and tries to take a pop shot at your decoys, you don't get shot in the crossfire. So that's essentially decoy placement 101. It's pretty simple. I mean, if you get 1, 2 decoys, it doesn't really matter which way. Just always know that a bird, a tom, will 90% of the time come in behind the decoy. So whether you just have a lone hen, or if you have a full strut and a hen, or a half strut Jake, doesn't really matter. They normally will come in behind the decoys. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys learned something new today. If I'm leaving anything out, drop a comment down below. Maybe I'll make another video on a couple more tips on decoy placement. But that's essentially the very basic on what you have to do. Again, you don't need decoys out there in the woods, but if you want to, they're a fun time. They're fun to film. A tom beat up your decoys. But that's it, guys. I am Mike, obviously Outdoorsman. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to us. And if you want to check out our next video of do you need decoys to turkey hunt, click that link right there, and that'll take you over there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay stealthy, happy hunting, and good luck this season. Peace, guys.